Hello, my lovely, lovely art witches. Today we are in the studio, so you're going to hear my chair rolling back and forth across my floor. Sorry about that. But today we're going to do a little grimoire with me. So, I've had requests to do grimoire with me's, and I am a super unorganized person, and when I decide I want to do something in my book, I don't tend to plan, and that means that I don't end up thinking, right, this is something I could do on camera and get myself all organized. And so it's taken me ages, but here we are today. We're doing it. So I have, okay, this time of year is, in my job, it is salary review time. And I really need a pay rise. I'm brilliant at my job, obviously, and so I deserve one. But I just thought I'd give myself the little magical edge. You do everything. You do the mundane and you do the magical for everything. So this is going to be a little pay rise art collage spell. My art collage spell, I'm just going to put that little envelope away. My art collage spells tend to begin with a statement of my manifestation or my spell words, I suppose. So in this instance, I've kept them private, but they're around getting a pay rise. And the first thing I do is write them onto my page. Now, in the interests of keeping that personal, I have done the next step, which is the base layer. And also, in the interests of keeping this video a bit shorter because it takes time, I've used gouache because it's nice and matte. And I've just put some colours that I feel work with the theme. So I'm using colour correspondence, and I've just painted bits on, and then I've got my stencils out because I don't use them often enough, and I have lots of them and they're really beautiful. So then I have just sponged some more gouache paint over my stencils in various spots. So that's how we've come to get this spread looking the way it does. And then the next step that I do is I will grab out maybe some Posca pens in the colours that I want. I'll go through my stash of ephemera and magazines and books and things, and I'll go through the pages and I'll find images that either work with the colour correspondence or work with the theme or correspondence of the actual spell. So in this instance, it's about my job. It's about money and prosperity. So I've got lots of greens, golds, things related to money, herbs related to money. And the main focus of this particular spread, I think, is going to be this cutout of a brain, because my job involves creativity, and because I'm a graphic designer. So this sort of really felt symbolic of my role and what I do, and it's got the nice green correspondence as well. So I've just gone through, I probably won't use all of these because you couldn't fit them all on the page anyway. So I've just gone through and I've picked out some bits and pieces that I might use. Some of these are from my own ephemera stash that I, when I'm feeling like it, I will sit down and stamp a whole lot of things. Oak leaves, oak represents abundance, as does the mushroom. So I've got some mushrooms and some leaves. I've got a cauldron here, which I thought sort of goes with the cauldron of plenty idea. We've got this chickadee, which I think probably came from a tarot card. That's, I don't know, it could be the Queen of Cups. I'm not sure. But she just sort of felt like she might be to do with prosperity. So that's how I've interpreted it. This is really sort of colour correspondence, more mushies. These are sigils. I've got a few sigils that are to do with prosperity. So I might use some of those in the spread. those to the side. It's a bunch of stickers. I've got, oh yeah, I've got some really cute sparkly ribbony stuff, sequin ribbon. So I might glue some of that down, I don't know. Acorn, these are really, really cute. A few of these pieces were sent to me by the lovely Emily from Fern and Oak Art, including some of these little washi tape bits and pieces, which again, I've just pulled out some that have got some colour correspondences. They were sent to me by her as well. I cut this image of avocados out. If you've heard me talk about prosperity before, avocados really feel prosperous to me. That might sound a bit strange, but they are very expensive. But not just that, they have a very short window where they're delicious. And so there's a lot of wastage in my world in just trying to get that avocado right. The number of overblown avocados I've thrown away, breaking my little heart and my bank, is huge. So rambling, but that's how I see avocados. They are a symbol of prosperity, because if you can afford to eat them all the time, that is because you can also afford to throw a lot of them away. This is a stamp made from an apple from my tree. We've got a potion bottle. It's another sigil. We've got more mushrooms. We've got a few leaves because they're nice colours. This is a bit sort of autumnal. Not sure about that one. We might put that one aside. And we've just got some little tags and cards. I'm not sure if we're going to use those either. We'll pop those there. So, yeah, now we just start playing around and seeing what fits on a page, seeing how I feel about it. It's a very intuitive process. There is no right or wrong way to do this. So if you want to create a collage art spell yourself, just pick some bits and stick them down. So I have glue. This says tie-dye. It's not. These little bottles had tie-dye powders in them, and they are the perfect little glue bottles. So I buy my bottles of glue in a big container, and then I fill up these little old tie-dye bottles, and they are perfect for squeezing my glue on. So I think we'll just start. I know I want to use this big brain image, so I'm going to decide where I want to put that. Now, all of this beautiful background, we'll probably not see much of it at the end of it, but that doesn't matter. Don't get attached to it, but also remember that it's part of the spell. This layer has been done with intention, with thought, and it's been laid down over the top of my words. So we may not see it, but it's there and it's part of the spell. So I'm thinking I'm wanting to put it here. So I might get a plastic ruler. This would be probably better with a bone folder, but plastic ruler will do. Just to give it a bit of a crease there so it sticks down better in the center. And then we're just literally going to, this is going to be so much fun for you watching me glue. So anyway, I hope you enjoy. Get my glue out and glue this piece down. And while I'm doing this, I'm thinking about my goal, trying to as well as talk to you, but I'm sure this will still be successful. And as I glue each piece down, in my mind, I'm going to reiterate the reason that I have for doing this art spell in my book. Okay, so there's my brain down. I tend to work larger pieces to smaller pieces. So I might actually put one of these big sigils. This is a sigil I created out of a lino block. And I did some printing. Again, when I did this, got out my block printing ink and I did some sigils, because I usually have a stash of these in my ephemera stash and I didn't have any. So I was like, oh, well, let's get some out. So which one I decide to use? I think I'm going to go for this one. despite the spell using colour correspondences, and for me, green and gold really symbolize that prosperity. We've also got a bit of brown, which is sort of home and hearth and maybe job and work. And I've used a bit of red because I think it contrasts nicely with the green. And in an art spell, you also want things to look beautiful. And I mean, red is symbolic of energy. It's symbolic of power for me. And I know everyone's got different colour correspondences. So if yours are different, that's fine. Don't think I am the only person who can say what correspondences are, because it's individual. Went on a ramble, but yeah, I like to consider a sort of a colour theme, the main colours being in how I correspond them with the intent of the spell, but then looking at what else might come in. So the red and the brown are more loosely associated with the theme, but they also contrast nicely and add a little bit of complexity, which I think is important, particularly a spell like this, which is big life stuff. So I'm going to glue down my sigil. I love the fact that this is round, so I don't have to worry about which way up it goes. It's just all perfect. Okay. Yeah, loving that. Loving that. I want to get these avocados in here, and I want that cauldron of plenty in here, I think. So I'm going to put my avocados in one of the corners because they're neatly cut into a corner shape. I think we're going to put them there. And as you can see, I just do this as I go. I know I see other collage and mixed media artists who sort of, what do they say? They kind of interview or whatever it is, the pieces on the paper, and they play around with it and move things around. I'm not as planny as that. And I'm just like, yeah, bang it down. So you do it your way. I'm doing it my way. And everyone's happy. So here's my little cauldron of plenty. And I definitely want to get her in here. I feel like she's a little bit of a Ceridwen's cauldron maybe. So there's some knowledge going on, which is important in your work. And obviously, you know, I think of Straganona and her pasta pot, her magic pasta pot that just is a never-ending supply of pasta. Would that not be the most incredible magical item? If I could choose any magical item from fiction, might well be that one. And then I'm going to put... I want some of these. I want one of these acorns, and I want some oak leaves. Because, as I said, oak is symbolic for prosperity. It's also symbolic of work, growing things. Growing is definitely a big part of this spell. Grow my salary. So I don't know about the rest of the world, but I imagine we're all in very similar position. Inflation's gone cray, and as a result, the good old interest rates keep going up. So everything is going up. Every month I get another letter in my letterbox from my bank saying, hey, guess what? We're going to be putting up your interest rates. Your mortgage is going to now be this much. And so things are tight. Things are getting squeezed, and you know what? That bites. So here we go. We are doing something magical about this, as well as me trying to offer more to the stakeholders in the business that I work for, and prove myself. I am also going to apply some magic, because witches, why wouldn't you? It's one of the things I love about being a witch, is being able to have just that little added kick, saying, hey, you know what, universe, you're going to work for me, because I'm a witch. This is how we roll. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. This is great. Liking this a lot. There we go. I'm going to add, I want to add something to the middle of the brain. I might add one of my other sigils. So this one is for success. So I think that's actually probably quite an important one to have on the spread, but I don't want it in the brain. I'm going to put it on the edge. So success is going to go up here. And then I think I'm going to put one of these. These are the same sigil, but stamped on different papers. I think we're going for this one. We might put it. I think we might put it up over this side. Okay. And we might also add some of these little guys. Always nice to add something shiny to a spell. These are obviously the little foil wrappers that go around chocolate money. Thank you to Molly Roberts for suggesting the usage of these in magic, because I think it is flipping brilliant. And yeah, here we go. Let's get some gold happening. Shiny, shiny, shiny. Excellent. Yeah, this is coming together nicely. I'm liking it a lot. And people have been asking me what kind of glue I use. I'm just going to roll back and get, there we go, the bottle. This is a sort of own brand for my local craft shop, Spotlight. But it is a clear glue with an acetone base, which I find glues pretty much everything. It's pretty good. Like what they say, it's for paper, fabric, wood, lace, cardboard, trims, leather, most plastics, glass. So it does glue most stuff down. It's pretty good. And it dries quite quickly, not super quickly, but quite quickly. And it's not too watery, so it doesn't tend to wrinkle your pages too much. Might a little bit, but not a lot. So I'm going to glue this big leaf down just because I love the colours in it. Stick him down there, and this guy's going in as well. Excellent. And then I might even just stick this little piece that says money down, because at the end of the day, this pay rise, it's what it's about. To be very simple, it's about money. It's about recognition as well, but at the end of the day, it's about the money in my view. We might add these avocados as well. I get very excited when I get books and magazines that have got pictures of avocados in them. So I'm like, ooh, yeah, artwork, art spell, excellent. Yeah, we'll put that in the cauldron. And we might add some trim, I think. I want to get some of this bling in here. I haven't used these before, they just arrived in the post, so I'm a bit excited by them. So naturally I have to try them. Where's my scissors? Where's my scissors? Okay, I should have organised this before I started the video, shouldn't I? Because this is not wanting to unstick. I'm going to have to just cut it and hope my piece isn't too short. There we go. Okay. Cut off that piece of tape. All right, so I'm going to glue it down at the side. Just move this clip over a little and hopefully that's still in frame. Okay, so I want that piece. And I might do a gold piece as well, I think. Probably going to end up with sequins all over the floor or something, but anyway, that's all good. Let's get some stuff stuck down. I'm going to just put a strip of glue down the side of my page, comme ça, and stick down a piece of this. Once it's dry and my page is finished, I will trim the edges, I think. I'll just do another one. For the green. Okay. Just let that sit there. And might go with another bit of gold. We'll go with this little piece of the inner piece of a doily. These always ship me with how to stick them down because of the holes. I'm going to try a glue stick. I'll still get glue all over me, won't I? Get a piece of scrap paper. Oh, that's just breaking it. Okay, so we're not using that piece because I broke it. I don't think I have another one handy. That's okay. We'll use something else. We will choose... What we got going on here? I'll use the apple stamp. Yeah, let's use the apple stamp. Why not? Okay. Glue that one down. Over here. And I want to get some mushrooms in there, I think. This little guy. There we go. Excellent. Excellent. Now, I think we might add one of these, or maybe the mushroom one, because I'm really liking that. That's really cute. Yep. I'm gonna go the mushies. Lost my scissors again. Does that happen to you when you're creating things? You put your scissors down, you don't know where you put them. Happens to me all the time. That wasn't very well thought out, was it? We might just cut that piece off. Excellent, loving it. All right, now I think we're going to add, I'm going to add some dollar symbols in gold pen, just to really get that money magic flowing. Excellent. Oh, that one's back to front. Upside down, Miss Jane. Australian viewers might get that, but probably no one else will. Don't mind me. Okay, this is looking good. And then we might just go in and add some different highlights. Just things like this. This is good. Outlining things. It's always fun in mixed media. I don't know why. It just feels right. Is that something you guys do too? Or is that just a quirk of mine? Maybe some silver. Some silver. We might do some little Jupiterian symbols as well, because I think they relate to money and jobs, creativity, abundance, all that good stuff. I'm starting to feel like this is done. Do I want to add anything else? I've only got the one mushroom, apart from that bit of tape. We might add a bit of mushroom, a bit more mushroom magic. Get this guy in here as well, a little morel. I love morels. They say it tastes so good. Hard to get in this country, but delish. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're done. So I hope you enjoyed watching me stick bits of paper to other bits of paper. And I hope it's inspired you to create your own art, mixed media, collage spells in your books. Get some magic flowing and do it in your book and create great things. I thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for being here and watching this video. Thanks for liking and subscribing and commenting and all of that stuff. And I'll see you in the next video.